A day ago, I saw a Reddit post asking why it was impossible to score from inside the 5 yard line in college football 26. Now, some of the comments had suggestions, but other comments had similar complaints, and this post gave me an idea. How many other people who aren't on Reddit are struggling as well with punching the ball from inside the 5? Well, that is the purpose of today's video. I'm going to show you some of the plays that I like calling from around the 5 yard line and in, but also go over the process that I have when it comes to calling plays, what I'm looking at pre-snap, and how you can apply that to your own play calling and score more touchdowns against your opponents. So let's go ahead and dive right in. So to start off, I'm going to show you a couple run plays that I like running inside the 5 yard line. There are a few others, but if I'm going to be honest with you, I'm going to run some version of this out of multiple looking formations when it comes to running because it is a gap scheme run. And that play is duo. That's this one right here. Duo. I love running duo. This time we're running it out of Y-off trips in this particular clip. I know that the average doesn't look particularly great because it's only 3.6 yards average, but remember, we're also running this from the 1 yard line going in on 4th and inches. One of the things that you'll see is as we get close to the goal line, I don't come out in goal line formation. I'm not a big fan of goal line formation. I usually really don't like bringing too many defenders in because I'm coming out in 11 personnel. As I forward the play just a little bit, you'll see, hey, we've only got 6 defenders in the box. I have 6 blockers, so I have actually, by formation, forced the defense into a look that I want. And duo, because we've got 6 blockers, is very simple. We can just work double team up to this backer, double team right here. And because the run play is a vertical and just is a step to the side and then get vertical, we're going to hit this hole immediately on this play. And because it's 4th and inches, we're close enough that even if there was a safety that came down, we're probably running into the end zone. We get our blocks. And you can see right there, this play would have hit from 3 to 4 yards out, even just the way that it was blocked up front. So duo is found under power if you're looking for concepts in run plays. Because duo is a gap scheme run, it looks like inside zone. I made a video about the difference between inside zone and duo. Link to that is going to be down below. I also made a video about running duo in college football 25. As we go to another version of duo, you're going to see this is the heaviest formation that I will run plays out of. It's wing tight Z out of shotgun. Looks like goal line, but it's not. We can do some extra things that I really like, including speed option, which I will run out of this formation. But we're going to run duo. And you're going to see, even though from the 1 yard line and we're not able to get up to the backers, we're still able to get a good enough push to punch it into the end zone. That's why I like duo. It's a quick hitter play. It's not zone. It's step, get vertical, drive, and you're just going to hit it up inside and score touchdowns. You can run it from 4th and 2 out in the middle of the field as well if you're wanting to. It's designed to be a very good power play without a pulling lineman. But if I were you, the goal line, I'd run power as well out of different formations or duo because they're such great plays. Here is another run play that I'll run. It's bubble Y pop. I'm sure many of you have run this play, right? We've got the tight end releasing out here. He's the Y pop. We've got the bubble right here. Again, we're not going to worry about the squiggly lines. We know what routes are being run by our guys. You should know them based on the play call. Make sure that you're looking at what the buttons correspond to as you do, especially while away. We're reading this defender. He steps up. We should throw the ball to our tight end. If he just sits, just like this, then we're going to give the ball to the running back. So we should have enough to block up front. And as we run the play, you'll see, and I'll pause it for just a second, our tight end does not get out. He gets engaged, so he's frozen. But our backer right here, he is widening. He, for whatever reason, is widening. He is not driving up to fill in the hole. If he did, this play would be dead. But I also want you to see I could throw the bubble right here for a touchdown. But because I'm reading the backer and I'm going with what I've read, I'm just going to hand it off. Instead of trying to dance, we just get vertical. One of the things I see a lot of people do as well when they're playing this game is they try to dance. Hit the hole, cut, get vertical. Get what you can get on the play. The more you do that, the more consistent. It might only be 2 yards, but if you're dancing, you'll get a negative gain. So here, we could hit right into this gap right here, right into this hole right here, but I instead press it and get vertical right here because that is where I'm seeing the hole immediately. I want to get vertical, so that's what I do. and we take advantage of bad play by the linebacker to punch it inside. So the reason I like that play is not just because I can run the ball, but also at times I've hit the tight end on the Y pop. You can do that as well. So I know this is out of Y off trips. There are other formations that you can do stuff with, but this kind of gives you an idea of what you should be planning for pre-snap wise. Hey, where am I going with the play? So let's go ahead and get into the passing game. And this is where it's going to start, where I'm going to start going over some more ideas for you guys to see. Notice I'm lining up. I've got my trigger out just to make sure that I remember what the buttons are. Squiggly lines don't matter to me. I know what routes are being run. We've got the hitch right here. Not the hitch, the stick route by our slot receiver right here. Our back, he's going to come out and come flat. We've got vertical clear out. And we've got backside slant and slant right here. Okay, that's our routes on this play. What you have to understand is when you're making a play call, especially a pass play, what I like to do is I like to come up and I'm going to be looking at what the defensive alignment is. Now, on this defensive alignment, we don't have anybody, and let me go ahead and erase this. We don't have anybody standing over our stick route. But that doesn't mean that the stick route is going to be open, okay? Just because it looks like that, it doesn't mean that it's going to be. You could have a defender, like right here, he immediately just jumps out. And if he jumps out, he's going to intercept the ball. You could have the backer immediately screaming out. He could pick the ball. So that doesn't mean just because he's uncovered that he's open, that's where you're going to throw the ball immediately. Just so you guys understand that. You have to have a game plan. When I come up, what's my plan here? Okay, well, I'm liking A, but what if that backer screams out? Okay, where am I going to go? Well, then I'll just go to my running back who is releasing right out here, because any defender that's going to the stick will then have to fight through my receiver right here. So let's say that he screams out here to cover the stick. Now he's got to go chase after the back on his route. Well, he's got to fight through my receiver that's run the stick route. He's going to have to go over the top. He's going to be in the chase position. We're only 2 yards out. So any catch by the running back here is easy. And that's the thing you have to understand. Generally speaking, guys, as we get closer to the goal line, you're going to start seeing more man coverage. So I am going to typically call plays where I know that my receivers are going to be crossing each other, whether it be with like the running back running an arrow route or the receiver doing that on like Z spot. So the whole point is I'm trying to take advantage of the defensive coverage to allow my receiver to score. Because again, we're only from 5 yards out. This can be an easy catch. Even if he's caught, that's from 4 yards out. So that's the throw to the running back. And let's go back to the beginning. Remember, it looks like our stick route is wide open, so I'm going to catch it. Look who's running out there. Now, maybe I hit the stick route and it's good, but I just don't trust in this game sometimes with the backer. He's widening out. Probably still could have been good to throw it to A on this play, but like I said, I didn't trust it. He's kind of in no man's land, but I know that he's going to be in the chase position of the running back, so I'm just going to throw it to the back, catch, walk in. Again, it's only from 2 yards out. That's all I need, and it's an easy touchdown. Now, as we go to another example of this same play, look at the difference. We got a different look from the defense of LSU. We've got a defender over the stick route. So this means either it's zone or man in this way. And if it's man, it's actually great for me because my back coming out, the guy who's going to have him is going to have to fight through defenders and his teammates to get to the back. He's going to be in the chase position. We're 2 yards out. So this is going to be, a good play for us. Now, as we run it, I could throw it to the back. The back is actually open. This should be by all accounts, I should just throw this to the back. But I wanted to show that you can't throw the backside slant. Linebacker right here, he's in man coverage. He is chasing the running back. This leaves open all this space behind him. He doesn't know that the slant's coming. Our receiver running the slant has got inside leverage. He's got the track. He's beating his man to the inside. And we're just going to throw it. And this is an easy touchdown from 2 yards out. Right there. Good play. Okay? So don't just become fixated, right? If you don't trust that play, come back to the backside, and that could be the play that's open on it as well. So that's very important to understand as you're trying to score from the red zone. Now, I'm running a play from the 8-yard line. Now, this one is not inside the 5-yard line, but it's a perfect example of what I'm talking about with, hey, I'm already pre-snap thinking because as we get closer to the goal line, teams are going to be running more man coverage. They'll run zone from time to time, but Usually teams are bringing man coverage or some type of a blitz where it might be 3 deep, 3 under because they're trying to put pressure on you to knock you back. Because of the look that we're getting, I am already thinking, hey, I know that we're reading this backer right here. And the route that's being run is what we're supposed to be running, which is RB, which is he's coming right here. And that would be where we throw. We've got this route right here. And then we've got the route by our tight end out this way. This is an RPO. My thought process here, though, is I'm thinking blitz. I'm thinking blitz. I'm thinking man coverage. And so because of that, I am not thinking throw to my slot receivers right here. I'm not thinking of throwing it to Casper. I'm not thinking of throwing it to Moore. What I'm going to go ahead and do is I am actually going to throw it to Sadiq right here. Because it's man coverage, in my thought, I'm thinking man coverage. If that's what I get, or I get a blitz by our read right here, let's say he blitzes like this, I'm thinking throw immediately to Sadiq because it's probably going to be some type of zone or man coverage. And because we've got two in-breaking routes, that's going to carry the defender in, even if it's zoned slightly. And he's going to be out of position to take my tight end. So as I run the play, you'll see we get a blitz. So we get two guys coming on a blitz. It's man coverage, but no one's running with my tight end. We've got our guys covering our two receivers. No one's running with the tight end. So as we throw it, he can catch it. It's an easy touchdown. This play would have been good for like 40 yards because Sadiq is so wide and safety so late reacting. But this allows you to take advantage of the defense. Again, if someone had Sadiq in man coverage because there's two receivers coming to the inside, let me go back to the beginning. I'm sorry, as I explain it. As we run it right here, excuse me. Run it forward a little bit. As he runs right here, if this defender has man coverage, and let's say this defender has man coverage, he either has to come underneath Sadiq, so he's in the trail position, or he has to scrape all the way over the top to try and cut off Sadiq on this play where he could run into his teammates. So that's why I think man coverage, this is a great play. Again, you have to have a pre-snap plan. Okay, man coverage, I'm thinking man because I'm closer to the goal line. I'm going to run this play. And you saw that we can have success. And I'm going to show you another example of me running this same exact play with BYU. So I'm just pulling, these are clips, these are plays. This is all on Heisman difficulty. Same thing, right? No one runs with our tight end. We're just going to throw it out there, let him jump into the end zone for a touchdown. But the thought process is, okay, everybody's stepping up. I'm just going to throw because I'm thinking, okay, I'm thinking blitz, thinking man coverage. I'm going to throw to the guy who's going to be out, where he's going to be away from all the mess that's going to create for the defender who's going to have him in man coverage trying to come across. And that's why defenses have started trying to have where if there's an in-breaking route, the defender that would normally have him is looking for the out-breaking route to come away. But here we can take advantage of it by this play. Let's go ahead and go to another play that we'll run, this time again from the 8-yard line. We're looking, remember I said you might get a zone blitz, you'll get a man blitz. This play is out of trips halfback week. It's a red zone play, and you'll notice it's 3 deep, 3 under. It's a 5-man blitz, but we're able to throw right into the hole of the defense because it's 3 deep, 3 under. There's a hole right in the defense of a 3 deep, 3 under. Backer that would normally have, all right, our backer that should be carrying is late on the reaction. We're able to take advantage of a quick throw underneath, and there's the hole in the defense, so we're able to take advantage and score the touchdown by throwing into it. So similar thing, right? It'll work. You can work against zone, but have a plan. Okay, if it's man, here's where am I going? Where am I going? If it's man, if it's zone, where am I going? Have that plan pre-snap. I think sometimes people just line up a play and they want to run it, but have an idea. Okay, if the defense is doing this, where am I going? If the defense is doing this, where am I going? Have that plan pre-play, especially at goal line because the range is a little bit different. And here's a great example of having man coverage. Now, the routes on this play are coming out like this, corner, across the backside of the end zone, shallow. But here's the money play. This is why I'm running it at the goal line. What's my thought process? And you'll hear it again. I'm thinking man coverage. And if I'm thinking man coverage and I'm expecting man coverage, if I'm getting man coverage, I'm going to go immediately to our running back who's running out to the flat. Why? Again, anybody who would have him has to fight through the mess of my two receivers right here. They have to fight through that mess and either go underneath, which puts them in the trail position, or go over the top, which, because we're 4 yards out, is going to make it hard for them to make a play. And so as I run the play, you'll see right here, who's our guy coming in man coverage of our running back? It's right here. Look what he's got to go through. He's got to go through our tight end. He's got to go through our receiver. He's got to go through his two teammates right here. It's a whole mess. So by the time he gets through, the ball's already coming out. He's in the trail. He has no chance. Touchdown, throw to the running back. And here's the other thing, guys. If it's zone, I can still throw the shallow route. Look right here. Because of this mess that's being created, you also have right here, I could have thrown on our shallow route coming across as well. So we're taking advantage of man coverage by running receivers crossing each other on purpose. That is why it's so good at the goal line to have that idea. If it's man coverage, here's where I'm going. If it's zone coverage, here's where I'm going. Okay? So let's go ahead and go to some other plays just so you can see. This one's going to be Notre Dame versus Clemson. Now, remember, we ran duo out of this formation. I like to run mesh spot out of this at the goal line. Realistically, I'm trying to force the throw to our tight ends who are running mesh. I should be throwing the ball right now to Jeremiah Love. I mean, this is a walk-in touchdown. But I'm trying to force something, trying to prove a point, trying to throw it. And so sometimes if you don't get the read quick, this is what can happen and get hit as I'm throwing it. And I just decided, screw it. We're calling the same play again. We're not calling duo. We're going to call the same play again. This time I'm going to drift a little bit more to my right. The tight end's coming open. I already know what his button is. It's A. This is A right here. This is X. Okay. I still have my running back. Still could throw the running back here. Running back's open. This is something that you guys may want to think about if you're trying to figure out how to throw the ball at the goal line with a lot of pressure. But I'm still going to throw to the tight end because I want to throw to the tight end. He's alone. Touchdown. And that's right there. That's the play. So let's go ahead and talk about a play against zone. Here we are, Alabama versus Oregon. They're in zone coverage. But I'm running what's called goal line post out of trips halfback week. Why off trips halfback week? So the routes right here, just so you guys understand, we got right here. We got this route by our running back. He's going to come and sit. He's going to sit. And then along the backside of the end zone would be our other receiver. Okay. So on this play, I am thinking immediately, because of how close we are. Again, we're on the 3-yard line. I'm thinking I'm going to work this side of the play. Okay. What I want to see is if it's man coverage, then I know I can throw my running back, right? Why? Because the man who would have him is going to have to fight through the mess of our receiver that's running this route and his teammate. If I don't like it, I might come back to the sit-down route, the short hitch by my tight end. But if the defense plays way off, I still might throw the ball to the running back. So as we run the play, defense plays way off. Notice the guy that can come make the play because the defender over my receiver is chasing with my receiver that's going to go run his little spot route. The defender that would be able to stop our running back, he's going to have to go over the top. Again, we're running routes to get in the way of defenders, and then we're throwing to the receivers behind them. Notice I could still throw that spot route right there. We're going to throw to the back. He's able to get into the end zone. It's just enough distance. Again, we're not asking for a 10-yard play. We're asking for a 3-yard play, take advantage of the defense, where they have to spend some time going around, and it allows us to get a touchdown. So that's what that is, and hopefully that gives you an idea. As you can see, scoring inside the 5-yard line, whether with the run or pass, comes down to calling plays that forces the defense into giving you a look that could be favorable to your offense. Doing this, along with having a plan for what the defense is doing post-snap, you'll start seeing more success on the field. This is something that real-life offensive coaches are doing all the time when it comes to game planning, how to attack the defense. You don't need a big play when inside the 5-yard line. You just need the right play that's going to get you those few yards you need to score a touchdown. Let me know your thoughts down below. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video if you enjoyed it. As always, have a good one. I do want to recognize the members of this channel at the booster level and above for their support. If you wish to have your name in a video just like this, make sure to check out the join link in the description below. Here on the end screen, you can see that there's another recommended video. Make sure to click that and watch it. Also, make sure to subscribe so that you don't miss out on any future breakdown videos. I hope you have a great rest of the day.